Welcome to 0 to 60.
I'm Matt McChesney. I am the owner and operator of 6-0 Football Academy and 6-0 Equipment. Played at the University of Colorado from 2004. 6 years in the National Football League on both sides of football.
I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. That is Coach Prime. We are at the University of Colorado. Brother, thank you so much.
All right. 0 to 60. We're rolling.
It is Nebraska week, baby! All right, Monday, we rock on 0 to 60 buffs. My man Bailey's on the 1s and 2s already. And the name of Doc Holliday, right there. Say win, Nebraska. Say win. We have a hell of a show for you today. Bucky, Deion Sanders Jr. is back on today to talk about North Dakota State and get us ready for the corn. And boy, oh boy, we're not going to dive too much into North Dakota State. We're going to look forward because we talked about it so much on Friday. But it is Nebraska week. I don't know if I've ever been more excited for a Nebraska game other than the ones I played in. But then again, every time we get to play these sons of bitches, it's a good time. So let's play some Bills, my man Bailey, and then we'll start rolling with Deion Jr. And yeah, man, Nebraska week is rolling.
Man, here we go. Let's pay some bills. This show is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. Think you know your stuff? Get in on our $200,000 mega contest and pick 5 games against the spread every week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of $200,000. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker, or unwind with one of our over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here and we roll. Matt, here we are, man. This is a great show on Monday. How you feeling?
I'm great, man. I mean, I'm nervous. I mean, this is always a nervous week. It's always an eggshell week. You know, I like that they had 10 days to get ready. It was always a bye week before we played these bastards back in the day because it was always our last game of the season. Mm-hmm. It's different in non-conference. Right. I'm not going to lie. The non-conference aspect of Colorado, Nebraska is purely based on the history of it and the hatred. And I don't know when they play again after this. It's not for a long time. They're not on the schedule again. So this is very important. It was unbelievably important back in the day when you had to beat these people to achieve your goals. Mm-hmm. And it was the last game of the season. I mean, it was just a different feeling, but I was at the 2008 game on the sideline or the 2018 game on the sideline, and it was incredible. Ludoviska catch over the right shoulder in the right corner of the end zone to beat Nebraska. The fucking post game was insane. Sean Tufts and I were on the sideline for that one. It was pretty dope. The next year was the comeback and the flea flicker and the win in overtime when they coated the stadium in red, and we beat them. Took 2 years off, and then last year I sat in 101 and we taxed that ass. And I don't know how many people I talked shit to, but it was pretty much the entire state of Nebraska that was there. Mm-hmm. And now Nick just got invited by Nebraska to the game, so I have to figure out how I'm going to fucking finagle that one. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do, dog. I got to talk to Buck and be like, yo, I need a pass to the sideline, homie. So after my kid does a tour, we can come see or we just have to leave. Fuck, I don't know. So, I mean, I can't tell my son that he can't go on a recruiting trip he was invited to, but at the same time, I'm like, kind of want to jump out of a fucking window on this one. So I don't know what to fucking do, but hey, they bought body bags, so I guess we'll just do business. But look, this is a massively huge week. There's nobody bigger on the schedule than the University of Nebraska for Colorado, even if it is the non-conference, dog. And look, the only reason, not the only reason, but the main reason I went to see you, I remember on my recruiting trip, Coach Barnett pulled me, Sean Tufts, Quinn Simnewski, Sam Wilder. Let's see who else was in that group. I think Marquisha Houston and Craig Oaks was there. It was the main recruiting weekend.
Mhm.
They pulled us all together in the Dow Ward eating dinner that night in 1999. And he said, this is going to be the group that turns the tide against Nebraska. You guys all come here together. You guys all are going to be one of the reasons that we turn the tide. And from 2000 to 04, we beat them 3 times in 5 years. And since 01, when we beat them by 30, when they were ranked number 1 and pretty much destroyed their fucking program, we're up 7-6. So all you Nebraska fans can live in the 80s and early 90s all you want, dog. I mean, try and remember that from like 91 to 91 to 2000, I'd say 9 out of those 10 games or 8 out of the 9 games were 1-score field goal bullshit. Like, there's a reason we hate y'all. And now, like, all I can read on social media is how much they hate us and all the fucking hippies and blah, 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 and how much they hate Shador and how much they hate Deion and how much they everything, right? And the fact that they're so contentious makes me feel like it was all worth it. Mm-hmm. That's what I want. I don't want you to like us. We can respect each other because you're not Colorado State. I respect the shit out of this place. I mean, it's one of the best programs in the history of college football, but I want to beat the shit out of them. I mean, let's be real. So we got a huge week of shows for you. On Wednesday, we have multi-year NFL veteran and the best offensive lineman I've ever played against, Andre Gerard, who is an All-American Hall of Famer at CU. If you don't know Andre Gerard, you're not a Buff fan. And then Thursday, Communist Thursday, we've got Adam Carricker on from Nebraska, and I'm going to go on his show on Wednesday and try and back and forth. Nice. And then Friday is a special guest, so you're going to have to tune in Friday because Friday's going to kick ass. Mm-hmm. But look, we're waiting for Buck to come on, right? Yeah, waiting to come on. I just texted him. I know they're busy. They're working. So, it's either today or tomorrow, but I'm sure he'll join us here shortly. Look, man, this is the biggest. The next game's always the biggest game. But if you can beat them 4 times in a row after reviving the rivalry, after they went to the Big Ten and we went to the Pac-12, because it happened on the same day back in 2011. We just split. And it broke my heart. I remember going to the last CU Nebraska game. We lost in Lincoln, but it sucked. Like that was an establishment part of my life. And look, I've got tons of family in Nebraska, and every year they beat us, they would call, leave a voice, like a message on the machine. I know all you motherfuckers don't know what that is, but they would sing that goddamn Big Red song, and I would just sit there and visualize in my head as a kid. God, I can't wait till I'm older and I'm playing for these people so I can turn the tide on this shit. And it's personal to me and my family. It's personal to me. It always has been. And I don't understand how you can't take it personal on both sides. Now, there is mutual respect. I played with a bunch of Huskers in the NFL. I've got friends on that side of the fence. Mm-hmm. There is a definite look. They know they're getting in a street fight. We know we're getting in a street fight. You better respect your opponent or they will beat you. This is not like Colorado State. Oh, by the way, do you think maybe you're still worth $600,000, Nicolosi and Horton at CSU? And by Jay Norvell, do you think you could convince the next superstar player on your fucking farmer ass agriculture school team that they shouldn't take $600,000 either, and they should just roll with you because you're going to turn them into a first rounder? How fucking stupid do those kids look right now? How dumb does CSU look?
Oh boy!
You want me, like all you Heat fans on fucking Twitter and shit? You want us to take you seriously? You just got your ass taxed 52 to fucking nothing. I know that it was Texas, but goddamn, dog, Wyoming went to Texas last year to open the season and put up a way better fucking fight than that. You didn't even try. So, fuck, dude, if they're going to route you up with Quinn Ewers and those guys, I wonder what Shador and the best receiving core in the college football is going to do. Like, save it, Babas. You're next week. You're the little brother. This is actually our rival. Mm-hmm. So, let's just be real here. Like, the ability to understand the difference between actual rivalries and made-up rivalries is important. Okay, CU-CSU is a rivalry because we're in the same state. That's it. That's the only reason. Okay, Nebraska and Colorado's a rivalry, all right, because we were playing for something at the end of the year. Every year we played them. When I played there, if you beat Kansas State and Nebraska, you played for the fucking Big 12 title. Every year we beat both of them, we played for the Big 12 title. In 2000 and in 2003, when we lost to both of them, we didn't even go to a bowl game. So it's different when you're in a fucking conference with the people, and you get to line up and just smash mouth every year at the end of the year, and whoever wins gets to go play for a title, and whoever loses gets to watch the other team play for a fucking title.
Right.
Now, look, folks, Bucky's running late. They're in meetings. I'm not going to pull him out of meetings to come on my show. Everybody needs to understand this is football season. If he doesn't come on today, he will come on tomorrow. We got a whole week of Nebraska hate in front of you. So just be patient and try not to shit all over yourselves just because one little thing may not be going right, okay? Yeah. We handle adversity on this side of the fence, okay? So handle the adversity with us, and I'd rather Bucky and everybody at CU be in meetings late and focusing on Nebraska than being out of meetings early and being in the chat just chilling. So just chill, man. He'll come on when he's ready to come on. It's all good. But look, the University of Nebraska is real. That place is nuts. Memorial Stadium is it's the only goddamn thing to do in the whole state, so I'd imagine it is pretty nuts. Raiola is a dude. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Rule turns this place into a fucking powerhouse. I'm surprised this year if they're playing thick in the Big Ten.
I agree.
I also think that you can ignore 2018 and 2019 if you're a Nebraska fan. That was Scott Frost. It was Coach Mack and Mel Tucker. Everyone from those two teams are gone. You can say that, okay, you got those two. Yeah, you got them. And then we took 2 years off. But you can't ignore what happened last year. You can't ignore Matt Rule and Nebraska coming in and what they did on the logo to start the game and so on and so forth, right? And like all the tension between them at that point. You can't ignore all that shit. Mm-hmm. And you also can't ignore that it was 36-7 the entire game. Like, it was a fucking drubbing. Yeah. The Nebraska fans were crying and leaving in the third quarter. I know this because I sat in 101 and I talked shit the entire fucking time. You remember this, Bailey? I was in 101 with my kids and my cousin talking shit, dog. It was dope.
That sounds
so fun, dog. I fucking love it. Oh
boy,
this year was fucking incredible. But you can't ignore 36-7. And I know it was 36-14. They scored on the last play of the game. It is what it is. You can't ignore that. You can't ignore the fact that Nebraska's starting a freshman. And yeah, you whipped UTEP's ass. Awesome. Mm-hmm. That's great. I'm happy for you. I think North Dakota State would beat the fucking Christ out of UTEP. It's just me. Now, all that said, it is two different teams. They got a different quarterback. They can actually throw the ball now. And they're pretty tough up front. Nebraska's always a street fight. If you don't bring your lunch pail, you'll get embarrassed.
Yeah.
Their defensive line's big. But I really, really think that the mystique is still there. Like, you can't look at this Nebraska team like they're Tom Osborne's Nebraska or Bo Pelini's Nebraska. This is more like Bill Callahan's Nebraska. Mm-hmm. They're building. Yeah, I think Matt Rule turns them into a fucking powerhouse eventually. Mm-hmm. But I think they're going to play people tough again this year. We'll see if they're a bowl team. Like, I would love in a perfect world for them to play now and then to play in a bowl game or the playoff. That would make me so happy. Get them twice.
Yeah.
Like that almost happened in 01. If there would have been a playoff in 01, it would have been Oregon against Miami, and we would have gotten Nebraska again in the playoff. It's 2-3. So this game it's bigger than just on the field. They're competing for recruits.
Yeah.
Like Deacon Schmidt and Reese Russell and, fucking Brett Cluje and all these kids are offered by Nebraska. Only Breck is offered by CU. CU still hasn't offered Reese Russell, who is Matt Russell's son. If you don't know who Matt Russell is, turn in your Colorado card. But at the same time, it's two different conferences. It's two different styles, kind of, but everything you're looking for, though, is there. Mm-hmm. It's in the fucking white lines this week, bro. Like, this is real hatred. I love that the Nebraska fan base hates us so much. It makes me so happy. Like, it's what I've been waiting for my whole life. It just, look, we validated the rivalry, and now it's been like double and triple stamped. And now they really fucking hate us, and it just makes all of it worth it. Because I remember driving to Lincoln when I was a kid and seeing a billboard that says, "Sal's dead, go Big Red." And that shit ain't cool. It's not cool. I remember being there, and, I know that the Nebraska fans are classy, but there's also some real big fucking rednecks. Mm-hmm. So, it's easy for that fan base to turn the finger at Prime and what they're doing in Boulder and start talking. And it just makes them sound like the vicious rednecks they are. Yeah. Like, you think Coach Prime could do what he's doing in Lincoln and Boulder? Or you think he can do what he's doing in Boulder and Lincoln, excuse me?
I mean,
Coach Prime went to the University of Nebraska and we got Matt Rule, and it was bizarro world. Do you really think that the people in Lincoln would get behind Coach Prime the way that the people in Boulder have? The answer is no, Bailey. Let's be real.
Here's what I'll say.
You're talking about position and bullshit, and you can't do this and you can't do that. He came to Boulder and they were like, "You're a party dog, whatever you want."
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Man, that's one thing I will say on our channel, those watching, there are Nebraska fans, and man, they are pissed.
Half of them ask some fucking questions, man. I can't really see everything over here, so I'm also not paying attention to it because I could give a fuck.
No, but like, just overall on our channel, I read like the Nebraska, like, yeah, their fans come like ready. They don't not play around here. Can you talk about playing in Lincoln versus playing in Boulder? The difference from last year to this year and how that will have an impact on Colorado.
Well, look, Folsom is a great home advantage from the elevation to the fan base to the fact that the entire student section's high by the second quarter. They really hate it. Like, I've seen the entire in 2005, they moved the entire student section out because they were throwing fucking batteries and rocks and snowballs and shit. Like, it was bad. So they had to move the whole student section out. That was class senior year. Mm-hmm. I mean, the difference is there's more to do in Boulder than just sleep with your fucking sister. Bro, let's be real. The only thing they're doing in Nebraska is to go to the goddamn Nebraska game. So I'd imagine that it is going to be sold out for all of time. That's all they got. I mean, that and what? Creighton basketball? Shit. So, look, I respect the hell out of this place. Memorial Stadium is daunting. It is loud as fuck. They care. They're one of the best fan bases in football. But both have their advantages and both have the disadvantages. You know what I'm saying? Like, Folsom is a pretty hard place to come play. If we're full and it's loud and it's rocking, that place rocks. Yeah, Memorial's a hard place to go in. But I'll tell you this. I won there twice in college, and there's nothing better than walking off that field and having all those fucking nice Nebraska people be like, "Hey, good game. Way to go, guys." Because in Boulder, they're like, "Fuck you, bitch. Get on your bus and go back to Nebraska." And they're like trying to be nice to you and shit. And I'd rather have them like curse me out than be nice to me. So I hope this year, after we bust that ass, I can walk out of the building and get cursed out a couple of times at least. Shit.
No doubt. Well, Matt, that time is here. I can't wait for this matchup. I'm very excited. I think CU is going to walk into Lincoln and have great success. It's going to be a battle, though. But let's move forward here. Our special guest is here. This guy's, I cannot thank him enough for joining the show. He is the specialist of Well Off Media, all things, giving you that behind the scenes look of Colorado Buffaloes football. We're going to talk some more Buffs as we bring him on here. Deion Sanders Jr., welcome to the show. Thank you for joining.
What's up, man?
How you feeling today?
Pretty good. My bad. I just got home, bro. I know I'm late.
That's all good, homie. We've been talking shit about Nebraska for 20 minutes. So talk. Hey, so look, it's Nebraska week. It's the second time around. for Coach Prime and Shador and yourself and all the guys on the team, Travis and Shiloh. Last year was a drubbing. I mean, it was one of the most fun days I've ever had at Folsom as a player or as an alum. But they're a different team this year. And just talk about, how focused everybody's been since North Dakota State got over. I know that we'll talk about that in a second, but just talk about the focus up there in Boulder getting ready for the Corn.
Oh yeah, no, I mean pretty much everyone's ready. We installed the game plan today, and we just ready to go, and just doing what we know we could do. Patch up a lot of the things that the whole world saw, the problems, and just keep going on the things we did good. But yeah, everyone's ready. We've heard about the noise, how crazy the stadium is, and we're prepared for that too. So no, it's gonna be a cool experience. The people who haven't experienced it, we're ready to see like how it is.
Yeah, so look, I played in Memorial several times. I've been there several times to see this game. It is the loudest place, maybe other than Kyle Field at A&M, that I've been, but it also is the quietest place in the country when you win. And it's because they all stick around, they all stand there and like they admire that they just got their ass beat. It's one of the best feelings ever walking off the field of Memorial, knowing you just beat your rival. Look, with the NIL era and transfer portal and whatnot, college football is more of a business than it has ever been. But the importance of rivalry games in college football is huge, in my opinion. And I know that Coach Prime, your pops, and all the players have bought full throttle into this Nebraska-Colorado rivalry. I saw it last year, and I see it again this year in the press conferences and everything else. I mean, there's no red allowed in there, right? There's not. It's just it's on this week, right?
No red backpacks, no nothing. Yeah,
nothing.
It's not allowed. So
yes, no messing around this week. And then the next question I wanted to ask you is, Coach Sapp, and I'm pretty sure Coach Lewis and the guys from the U that are around that staff, they had wars with Nebraska back in the day. So not only are we looking at the Colorado history here, but you can influence some of that U swag into this too as well, because they used to beat the shit out of Tom Osborne in Nebraska every time they played him back in the day. So I think that's another really cool part of this.
No, it definitely is. I remember Coach Sapp telling us a story. I think I posted about how he was scout team tight end his freshman year, and they played Nebraska in the championship game. So, yeah, I didn't know that. That was before my time, so I didn't know that.
The small world of college football. Okay, so look, let's go backwards now before we go forwards. North Dakota State. First of all, let's talk about the positives. Shador is unbelievable. Field general, toughest son of a bitch I've ever seen play the quarterback position. Takes shots, gets up, smiles, does it again. I've never seen anybody in my life like Travis Hunter, and Joe Horn's really, 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 really fast. When do you think the rest of the offense catches up and matches those three?
That's a crazy question.
Because I'm telling you, dog, like we're watching the game, right? And I hear Mark Jones go, look, when Shador Sanders doesn't have to do everything, he can do anything. We talked about that on the show. Like it's my line. And he quoted me on it. It was big time. But I agree. Like, I truly believe this. When I thought Seton played really well, I thought Brown played really well. The interior three got to get better. Like, I think that when Colorado and the offensive personnel around Travis, Shador, and Horn play at the level of Travis, Shador, and Horn, holy shit, are they going to be unstoppable? So, I mean, what, in your opinion, as an ex-player, I'm not talking shit. I'm just asking, what do you think it's going to take for everybody to play mentally at the level they need to play at to be at that level? Because that's not just physical, bro. You know this. That's the mental ability to be focused every single play so you can play at that level.
I think it's going to happen. I think it's not going to happen again. I think it's going to happen in practice. And I think it's happening.
Good
Like,
shit. Yeah.
right. Yeah, I think it's happening just day by day, getting that confidence up, getting that, and just going and just remembering what they know and remembering who they are. Don't, if you lose rep or whatever, you can't let that beat you up mentally. You got to just keep on going, and the world watching that 5 point whatever million views, like that has to hype you up. That can't scare you.
Shit. Yeah.
So people are starting to see, and people are starting to see that this is actually real, and people are starting to see that, okay, damn, I can't have a subpar game because the whole world's gonna be talking about it. It's different from seeing it and then being part of it. And now that they one game has went by, like, okay, oh shit, this is actually for real. Like
Yeah. Absolutely for
it
real.
really is all eyes on us. Yeah.
And look, that's our new fight song. Last year when that came on, like before and after the game, I was like, "Fuck, man, this is the coolest shit I've ever been involved with in my life." So, but I agree with you. Like, expectation is something that very few programs actually have. Like, there's 25, 35, 40 programs that actually have the expectation to win, and everybody else just talks like they do.
For sure.
And I think CU is one of those 40 programs. It's like, look, we expect to win every week. We've got the personnel to win every week. And it's good to hear you say you think it'll happen in practice, because I know how hard those men work. So back to practice. I mean, I know it's been an all-out war getting ready for Nebraska, and it's going to be full pads and popping and good competition. Do you think that it's a Shador against Raiola type of game, like matching each other? I seem to think that the adjustments made by the defense in the second half last week really gave me a lot of confidence that they can go out and play well.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't think it's a QB versus QB battle. We just got to do what we're good at. We did pretty good stopping the run, and we did pretty good with those adjustments in the second half, which is a thing we didn't do at all last year. It was barely any adjustments. Even if adjustments were requested, it really never happened. So it was a beautiful thing actually seeing that happen this go around. It wasn't a pretty showing. It was, we actually didn't really just play great, but it was cool seeing that. Okay, cool. It was definitely adjustments being made. But no, I think I don't want to give away the game plan, but I think
please don't.
no, I think it's gonna be some good stuff, and they do a lot of great things, offense and defensively, but I think we just got to do what we know we can do, and play to our strengths, and just make our weaknesses not even a weakness, make our weaknesses a strength also.
And I'm glad you brought that up, playing to strengths. Like, there's a bunch of people in the comments here that are like, run the ball, control the clock. And I'm sitting there like, what? When you've got an advantage like they had on Thursday night, you don't run the ball. You throw the ball all over the yard. They can't cover you. Mm-hmm. So the ability for this team to chameleon into what they need to do, I think that you have the personnel to do that. I think that they can hammer the ball if they need to. I think you can throw the ball all over the yard if you need to. The ability to just to be a chameleon, like I said, is very important. Do you feel the same way that they have I think that up front, these guys can really lean on you if given the opportunity.
Oh, for sure. I definitely think so. I agree with you 100%. And I feel like people just repeat a lot of stuff they hear. Like, hey, run the ball. It's like, bro, if you're torching people every pass you take, why?
Why would we run the ball?
Yeah, why would we do that? Just to make you happy? Like, no, let's
like, you're not going to double Travis Hunter. He's getting the rock. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't want the running back to have the ball if I can get Travis in space.
It's like, bro, it's like playing a video game. If you could just throw to the B button the whole time, why not throw to the B button the whole game? You know what I'm saying? It's like, we can run the ball. We will run the ball, but it's like, if that's not what's going on right now, if that's not okay, we try running it a few times. If that's not what's really working right, why keep going to it? Why keep calling the same play? Why go no huddle if it's mad and just keep doing this run? It's not working. A little 3-yard stick pass, whatever, that's a run. A screen, that's a run. It's a different form of a run. It's like you're getting 3 yards that play, which is expected. Okay, get 3-4 yards each run. So it's like it's a different form of a run. It's like they just people don't really know football. They just repeat what they hear. So it's but like you
Ding, ding,
said,
ding.
you're right though. If we do, yeah, the O line can lean on something. If we depend on that, if we want to do that, it's definitely very possible. You
And I
spot on
remember
everything you're saying. So
yeah, I mean, it's what it is. So look, you have to play to your strengths, and that's the way football works. But look, there's a lot of people in the chat that are like, "Oh, well, Shador's never seen an environment like this before." And again, Memorial is daunting, but it's just a football stadium. I mean, I think people forget like that his name's Sanders. Like, dude, there's nothing that's going to rattle the Sanders family, dog. They are used to this kind of
yeah,
shit.
I think some people they forget like some people play up. Like some people prefer away games better than home games because it's like
Fuck
cool.
yes, dude.
I get to capture all of their fans. Like they thrive inside of a storm. You know, some people thrive inside of that type of environment. Like that's what I love. I love that type of stuff. So and that's the type of person Shador is. You know, we have a lot of kids on the team like that. And if they're not like that, then they're gonna get like that. You thrive in those type of environments. Like you would prefer to play against 90,000 people that don't like you. Like, cool, I could turn a non-believer into a believer. Like that,
Amen.
yeah, that's a fun environment. So yeah, I don't. It's not like he hasn't, bro. You get millions of views each week. Whether we got our ass kicked last year or whether we were winning. So it's like it's what's yeah. His name is Sanders, bro. It's if that's pressure to people, then it's been more pressure on him in different situations than just this. So I
I
don't.
mean, yeah, I feel like he applies the pressure. He doesn't feel the pressure.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like
So
the pressure to be on Nebraska to go stop Shador. Shador's going to go out there and just play. He's got, earplugs in and blinders on. He's just
right.
there to just throw darts and rope you up.
And it's just like, damn, I can't wait to score to hold my wrist up against all the, you know what I'm saying? Like,
What's
yeah,
up,
it's
bitch?
like, yeah, but
That's
it's
going
a
to be
cool
awesome.
thing. We can't, the team can't wait to experience it because we've heard great things. And shout out to them. That it's y'all have
Yeah,
created a beautiful environment, a beautiful place. And like
great play. Nebraska's beautiful, let me tell you.
yeah, and it's a blessing to play inside of that
That
stadium.
place sucks, dog. Memorial's cool. Hey, so I got a couple more questions for you, and then we'll get you out of here, Buck. We appreciate you coming on the show, bro, as always, and we can't wait to have you on again, especially getting ready for Sheep Week, because I respect the shit out of these people, but I despise the people in Fort Collins. I hate them. So, look, two things. Number one, have you ever in your life, this two-part, have you ever in your life seen anybody like Travis Hunter? And then I heard C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the corner for the Eagles, today pop off and say that, and I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm also not saying he's right. That there's no way you can go to the NFL and play both ways and dominate grown men. Now, when Travis goes to the NFL and he's the first or the second pick, he'll be a grown man because he's already a grown man. He's the best football player I think I've ever seen. I've never seen anybody like this before. Please, as a wide receiver and like a guy that watches the skills all day, is it just try and explain this to the novice out there what they're watching?
No, it's definitely unicornish. Like you've never really seen it before. Just the way he tracks the ball, the way he goes up and gets the ball at the highest point, the way his focus is just on catching it. Yeah, there's things he could work on, his route running, different things, getting off the jump. But if it's a 50-50 ball, I've never just seen anyone like this is 100% getting caught by Travis.
That's
It's I don't know. He's definitely different. And like we talked about last, his mentality, like he doesn't he loves the game, but he doesn't ever think about failure. He doesn't ever think about dropping a ball. He doesn't ever think about getting caught on. Even if he just did get caught on, he doesn't care, which is very rare for people. He doesn't let anything affect him, and he stays grounded the whole game. Like if you watch the videos, in the middle of the game, he's playing around saying jokes. Like on serious drives, like he's always cool, calm, and collective. Like it's never just I don't know. His focus is just different, man. He's definitely a different animal. And
So you're the GM of the team that's drafting, and you can only put Travis as receiver or DB. Which way you going?
I don't know. That's a tough one, man.
I tried to set your ass up, and you didn't take the bait. Good job, Buck.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And I heard Champ Bailey say it's not likely, that it's not gonna be able to happen, but people only say that when they've never seen it done.
Exactly. Like, look,
So
I never played both ways in a game, but I played defensive line my first 2 years, and I was moved to offensive line my third year and played the rest of my career on offense. And I would do it in practice. I would play 10 plays on defense and go play 10 plays on offense on the line. And I wanted to die. It was terrible. I would come out like, holy shit, I need a break. He played 129 plays the other night, dog.
Yeah,
100. And the only reason he came out is because his helmet came off. I mean, I've never seen anything like it before, and I doubt we ever see anything again. If Charles Woodson won the Heisman based on his two-way play, and he really didn't even play that much two ways, how can Travis not win it if he stays healthy? Knock on wood. We could have a situation. I tweeted this on Thursday night. We could have a situation, and I'm praying that it happens, where Shedeur and Travis are competing with each other for the Heisman on the same team while they're competing together to go to the playoff. How cool would that shit be?
That would be insane, bro. That would definitely be insane. Yeah, I think the only thing that could prevent that from happening is just winning. We just have to win.
Have to win. That's the way it works.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You win.
All right, last question I got for you here, and then I know Bailey might have one or two, and we'll get you out of here. I know you're a busy man. Why in the hell does everyone want us to lose? Like, dog, I understand that if you're a Kansas State fan or you're a Utah fan or a Nebraska fan, I get it. I totally get it. Or if you're a CSU fan, I get it. But if you're just some guy, like all these rednecks in the comments and all these fucking people that just have an agenda, I don't get it, dog. Like, can you not respect greatness and difference and like the ability to look at something differently and go, wow, this is awesome and working. And hey, I think we should try and copy this because football is all about copying your opponent. We should try and do this at Auburn, and we should try and do this at Notre Dame. Like, why is everybody so afraid of swag, bro?
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know if it's I don't know. It's hard to even talk, but yeah, it's definitely very weird because it's just like, even if, like, I saw a post like, who had the best uniforms week one? This team, this team, this team.
Yep.
And anybody that said Colorado, people just started attacking them. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, bro, why are y'all so mad at us? Like, what is, a person has confidence in themselves? It's like, why is it, or their team, or if they say, bro, I feel like we could go to the playoff, that's what you're supposed. What are you supposed to say? I feel like we
I
can't.
think we're gonna go 2-10.
Yeah, it's like, bro, not you're supposed to have belief in yourself. You're supposed to have confidence in your team and things you've built, things you've worked hard on every day. So I don't know. They definitely don't like the confidence. They don't like the way it's being done. They hate the jewelry. They hate the shoes. They hate they hate everything. They hate, I don't know. And they hate the business aspect of it. Like, they'll say football is a business.
I don't understand, dog. Like, okay, so I'm going to ask you this question, and you can answer it however you want. I'm not trying to set you up, but I watched, and this is just the situation that came around this weekend. We already talked about it. I watched Fowler Nicolosi, the quarterback of CSU, and Horton, who's a hell of a player. Horton's a really good receiver. They said they turned down $600,000 each to go in the transfer portal, because Jay Norvell was going to take them to the promised land and turn them into first rounders. And then they went to Texas and got beat 52 to fucking nothing. And the Fowler Nicolosi kid didn't throw for over 100 yards, and Horton was pretty much shut out. Their stock went from 600 G's to play a season of college football to negative 600 G's, dog. Like, there's not. Why is it that the other coaches and the other programs, general managers, the other facilitators out there, because that's what every coach and everybody involved with the program is. I'm here to facilitate the growth of the young man in front of me and help him get better, stronger, faster, business savvy, financially savvy, buy a house, buy a car, set him up so he can retire at 40, right? That's what we're trying to fucking do. why is it that all these programs don't get it? Why is everybody so against NIL? Like, we're on Coach JB's show this morning, and I can't wait until you guys get on a show together. It's smiling, waiting every day. But and like he's like, oh, NIL's terrible, and this is terrible, and that's terrible. And I'm like, hey, Coach, Clemson doesn't like NIL. How'd that go?
Yeah, man.
Like the transfer portal. How'd that look? Like, I just try and explain this to someone like me because I don't get it, dog. I played football to make money. I love the game, but I don't want to play for free.
Right. You got to
get paid, and that's a problem. I don't get it, dog.
No, for sure. And it makes a person, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, but when you also love what it could do for you, like you're going 50 times harder also. Like, you love the game and you love what it could
Dude.
Yeah, it could change your life, change your parents' lives. It could do a lot, and we didn't make the transfer portal rules. We didn't make the NIL rules. So it's like if it's being used more than others, if it's like that's cool.
That's not. You want us to apologize for being better at it?
It's just like, I mean, we're working within the parameters. So it is what it is. So I mean, some people we could have kept. It's an experience for him too. He's learning also. So it, and I think a lot of people don't see that aspect also. Like this is a guy that's also learning in this environment. This is a guy that that's okay. Let me learn the mistakes I did last year. Let me apply it this year. And that some things take time. Other people get chance after chance after chance. Other people, but we understand, we expect it, but it's a process. But we might go out there and say, man, I really feel like we could really win and do good this year. Like we just said, that's how you're supposed to feel. Everyone's supposed to feel like when we go to Nebraska should feel like you're about to win this game also. Everyone should feel that way. That's how everyone's supposed to feel. If a high school plays against Oregon, the high school should feel like, bro, we could potentially, if this goes right, we can win this game.
Idaho thought that they could beat Oregon. North Dakota State thought they could beat us. Like they were not around. So
that's how you're supposed to feel.
So it's like that. I don't know if you watched LSU USC last night, but a lot of people were like, SC has no chance. Well,
for sure.
SC looked like they wanted to play hard last night.
Exactly.
So I personally think that the NIL and the transfer portal, like you said, it incentivizes hard play. It incentivizes being a professional. You can't be a fuckboy in college anymore and be a good player. No, you got to be like, when I read the article that Travis doesn't go out, doesn't party, sits in his house in a fucking like a reindeer suit or whatever the fuck that is, plays video games and visualizes and manifests going number one overall. I was like, holy shit, why can't everybody act like this kid? God damn it. So look, obviously I'm pretty high on the team. I like what I saw on Thursday night. I like the adversity. I like the fact that we were down at halftime and responded and won. I think that North Dakota State would win the Mountain West, honestly, if they were in that conference. They're a damn good football team. The last thing I'll ask about everything, and then we'll let you go. Coach Prime in meetings, bring this up, Bailey, challenged pretty much the defense to play like North Dakota State's defense played. 11 guys to the ball. This is what they pass down. What are you passing down? And it like gave me goosebumps, bro, because I love that place and I'm an alum. And I think we should play hard and chase the ball and be fucking balls out every play. And if you're not leaving the field totally taxed like you're going to puke, then you didn't give everything. Right. So just play that video real quick, Bailey, and then let Buck respond to it.
All right, Buck. This is why this school has won so many during championships. It's hereditary. They pass it down, then they pass it down. What you pass it down? What you pass it down? What you pass it down? This is passed down. This is a standard. That's unbelievable. 11 guys, 2 different plays. I can put up many more, but I just wanted to show you those 2 different plays. Everybody on the team get to the ball.
And that's the way you want it. So just talk about that a little bit, Buck.
Well, he's been preaching 11 to the ball his whole life. And definitely at the beginning of this fall camp, he'll start the whole team period over again. Even if we're doing tempo, whatever. People could be dead tired. he preaches 11 to the ball, like defense off, run to the ball, especially on defense. Uh, and then you actually see it. You're like, okay, you can see the greatness in this program. You could see the legacy they have. You could see that, and it's like even from his perspective, even though they were our opponents, it's a beautiful thing to see. Like it's admirable. Like I could really see why y'all win championships every year. This is y'all
Shit,
standard.
yeah.
Yeah, this is the standard, and it's like, why not us? Why can't this be us? What's the problem? And I know I get everyone in the comments saying, well, they recruit high schoolers and this about it's passed down. You know, as a head coach, you got 2-3 years, bro. You don't get it right 2-3 years. Like, yeah, you definitely want a big recruiting class of high schoolers, but bro, we fuck around and get fired by the time these high schoolers are ready to play football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So it's like, yeah, you could definitely have to utilize that transfer portal. So yeah, so it is passed down through high school in different classes. You're 100% right, and we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. But no,
And I think that the effort part shows when guys like Charlie Offerdahl are playing and
for
starting.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I see that and I see Chuck, because look, Chuck Offerdahl and his pop sat in my office like 5 years ago, and they were like,
Yeah.
we're going to go to see you and walk on. And I was like, bro, you should probably go to UNC on full scholarship. And he was, no, I'm going to go see you and walk on, and I'm going to play. And I was like, please make me eat crow, bro. I will serve that shit up. And he started tonight, and I was just sitting there like, that's so fucking cool, Chuck. I'm so happy for you, bro.
Nah,
So
for
I know
sure.
Bailey has one question for you, and then we'll get you out of here.
Yeah, so we talked about the North Dakota State game earlier. I just wanted to get your biggest takeaways from that game. Your thoughts, your biggest takeaways from that game.
We just really did all right. We didn't do the best we could do, to be real with you, and I'm sure everyone felt the same way. Stupid ass penalties. Charlotte was playing like a crash dummy at times. Just wanted to be involved. I get it. It sucks on the defense. You gotta wait. You gotta go seek out the action, but you gotta wait till the action comes to you. So it's like, bro, just chill. It's gonna happen. Bro. Yeah, it's
I love
gonna happen.
brother talk, bro. I know you just walked up to me like, what are you fucking playing like crash dummy for, idiot?
Yeah, man. So it's just different things, and they could have got the score could have probably been different. We could have got off the field multiple times, but the same stupid shit from last year. Just stupid ass penalties on the third down. It's always a dumbass penalty on the third down, bro, when they're supposed to get off the field. And that shit just frustrates you, bro. It frustrates you so much, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And like how many times can you make a person run? How many times? It's like, come on, bro. You just gotta be smarter.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing else my dad could possibly do or say or disciplinary action. There's nothing else that could be done to prevent. Everything has been done. Every precaution, every measure has been taken to make that not happen. To like,
I'm not gonna lie, dog. The first two, I was like, wow, Shiloh's being really physical tonight. The third one on third down, I was like, fuck.
yeah, it's like why? And to be real, I really feel like they caught that third down call because they didn't call the one before that.
Yeah, I guarantee you, because the one before he like tossed the dude into the bench.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like they could have caught that one, but the one they actually called, it could have been seen either way. But the one before that was like, all right, bro, that was definitely, it was
He's
a
just
blessing.
like, well, I never want to take that away from him though, because he's such a mean bastard and he plays so hard. I love that shit. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Like I played with a guy named Albus Brooks. His name was Blackout Albus. He used to hit people and they just go to sleep. Like I played with Brian Ewu, and Ewu hit this. We played Kansas when I was a senior, and Ewu hit the quarterback and knocked him out. He hit the guard on the next play, knocked him out. They ran a screen, hit the back on the third down play, knocked him out. 3, bam, bam, bam. So like I love fucking hitters, but we got to do it in between the white lines.
No, for sure. It has to be controlled aggression, man. So
yeah,
that's one of the things. Shador's risky decision at the end of the game. It's like, bro, if you're gonna do some crash dummy shit like that, you at least got to complete the pass. You can't underthrow it.
Right.
Like I get it. You wanted to take that chance at the end of the game. Okay, it could have been this run play. Okay, cool. You saw 1-on-1. Cool. Let's go deep. I get it, but you got to complete that pass because we could have lost the game with that too. Just decision making was just stupid shit that's easily fixable. And then just the QB runs, like, bro, come on. And it was different things that different things that were people were getting yelled at in practice for, like allowing Shador to scramble during practice if it was ones on ones. It happened in the game. You know what I'm saying? And
Usually that's the way it goes.
yeah, for sure. And then you see it in real time. It's like, damn, they just got yelled at that this whole week for don't allow that. And people just it can't be 11 people wanting to make a play. Everyone has to do their job.
Do your
Sometimes,
fucking job. Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes
Do
it's
your
designed
job. The ball will come to you.
for
If you do
sure.
your job, the ball will come to you, and you'll just be sitting there like, "Oh, I get to make a play."
Exactly. Sometimes it's, bro, when you rush and say if you're in, like, bro, your job is to contain, keep that outside leverage, and the ball's gonna spill to you. But you go inside trying to make this tackle, then we spill it to you. Now no one's right there. Now the QB's running just free, and it's just like, bro, all this happened because you just trying to make it. Just I get it, but it's like, bro, you got to do your one of 11. It's not just all about you right now.
You
You know what
better
I'm saying?
if you take a shortcut and you don't make the play, it's your ass. That's what I was always
Exactly.
taught.
Exactly. So it's more of, everyone just relax and do your job. Just do your
Oh,
job, bro. It's gonna happen. Just like
brother,
my
man,
brother. Do your job.
enjoy your week. Stay on everybody's ass. I know you will. I know Coach Prime is on them, and you guys are working hard to make sure it's 4 in a row against the Corn. And if you need any motivation, if you need any old heads, come up there and talk to them about what it's like to win at that place, and stick the CU flag in that end, and hear everybody go, "I'm the
Yeah.
guy." You just
Are
let
you
me know.
are you gonna be there Friday?
Oh, you're fucking right, dog.
Almost def. I mean, I'll
Yeah,
text you after this and just set up
yeah.
everything.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
Yes,
So,
sir.
hey, Buck, take it easy, brother. We appreciate you, dog.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you. Deion
Hello.
Sanders Jr., man. That was great, man.
He sees the shit, homie. He's such a good dude.
Mhm.
And I love the fact that he can be himself on this show because, look, there's trust between brothers here, dog. Like, he knows that I have the best intentions in mind, and I'm hypercritical.
Yeah.
That's the thing people have to understand. You can be a dick writer. You can be a prime sexual. You can be a guy that freaks out every time somebody says something negative. Or you can be a real football guy, which is what Prime is, and T.O. and Warren Sapp and Damian Lewis and Shiloh and Shador and they're all just dudes that are really good at football, okay? And when you're around dudes that are really good at football, you don't get enamored with dudes that are really good at football because you're in the same room, so I guess you're really good at football. So what I'm trying to say is it's different when I say, God damn it, we need to figure out how to block Terry Talley and block a motherfucker at UCLA. This shit needs to quit.
Yeah.
And people freak out at me for it, but Coach Prime reaches out to me after the game like, hey, brother, we're going to get this fixed. And then he's showing the film to the offensive line coach.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very different than just looking at something and going, well, I love this, so you can't criticize it. In my opinion, if you cannot criticize and correct what you love, you don't really love it because nothing's perfect and everything's fixable. I love that he said learn, not lose. They didn't lose anything on Thursday night. They won a football game. They lost some reps. People got beat. But they learn. They learn from their mistakes. They're going to learn from 4-8 last year. 6 wins by 1 fucking score. Bailey, before we started the game today, what did I tell you? The 3-8 team I played on in 2008 or in 2000. We lost how many games by 1 score? 6. 6. What did we do the next year?
Did you go to
Fucking Big 12. Won the Big 12.
Yeah.
Beat Texas in the Big 12 title game. We lost to Oregon in the Fiesta Bowl. We should have been playing for the Natty. I'm not saying we would have beat 0-1 Miami. They probably would have kicked our ass, but we would have given a much better fight than fucking Nebraska. We beat Nebraska by 30 goddamn points.
Yeah.
So look, sometimes you got to go through hell to get to heaven. You got to walk through the fire, bro. So they did that last year, and I really think that they are in the absolute primest place, and I'm not just saying that you can be as a college football team. They are extremely talented and doubted.
Yeah.
So when you're extremely talented and then doubted, you have got extra motivation. You have extra fire. You have extra gas.
Giant chip on your shoulder. Right?
There's like, oh, well, they think Shador's a fraud and Travis isn't very good and Jimmy Horn's not very good and Shepard's not good and Seaton's not good and Tyler Brown's not good and Zelinkas can't play and neither can Myers and neither can Brown and it's okay. That offense is just a bunch of scrubs and it's only Shador. And defensively, they just stopped. They held North Dakota State on 43 carries to 3.7 yards carry. And if you take away the quarterback's runs, it was under 3 yards a carry. So they couldn't run the ball in that front, but that's a fluke, right? Because they gave up 26 points and they shit. If you didn't watch the game, which the majority of people didn't, other than the 4.8 million, I wonder how Paul Feinbitch feels about that.
Yeah,
it feels about like, are they still irrelevant, fine bitch? He's such a bitch, dude. I God, please, okay, please. I know this will never happen because I'm way too rough around the edges. But Mark, if you're watching, can I please do a phone conversation with fine bitch? Can we get him on the show so I can be like, yo, cue ball, what's your fucking deal, homie? Why are you such a hater? And then watch him switch it up. How much you want to bet if CU's 4-0 after the final weekend against Baylor? And I'm pretty sure after that they have a bye and then they play.
What we
go to UF? They go to UCF. If they
UCF before them Baylor.
So say they're 4-0, 5-0. UCF looked pretty good. That's going to be a hard game. It's in Florida. If they're 4-0, 5-0 going into Kansas State, are they still irrelevant if they're ranked and like? Then they can play for pretty much the Big 12 title. Because, look, in my opinion, you've got Kansas State at home, Utah at home, and Oklahoma State at home. If you win those games, you're going to be playing for the Big 12 title.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If they're 4-0 going into what? If they're, 4 or 5-0 heading into that Kansas State game, I still think Paul Feinbaum would bet that they lose the rest.
Because he's a fucking hater. He's a hater.
But I bet he would do that.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that bitches act like bitches usually, so you can't change a bitch's stripes. That's just what I'm saying.
I don't see him ever switching to where like he appreciates CU. I highly doubt that. Even Whitlock, like I know Whitlock has a thing with Deion over at whatever, but I don't. Even if they win, I see him coming at Deion forever.
That guy's a fucking chump.
Mm-hmm.
He's a chump. I did his show. I tried to defend Deion.
Yeah.
People got mad at me for that one, too. Warren Sapp was on the show for like every day for 3 years. And he's on the
That's the ironic part.
Keep that fucking in mind, too, while you get mad at me for doing my job. Look, man, this week's going to be incredible. This weekend is going to be more incredible. We play Erie on Friday night, and then we get in the car and drive to fucking Lincoln. So I really can't wait. It's going to be a blur, but I'm ready for it. I'll tell you, bro, this entire week is going to be awesome. We have great guests. Andre Gerard is going to be on Wednesday. Nice. Adam Carricker, the King Communist, who does a show on Believe, is going to be on Thursday. So that'll be nice and back and forth. We respect each other, but I'm not saying we like each other none too much. And then Friday, we've got a mystery guest, and you do not want to miss who the mystery guest is because it's going to be fucking awesome. Awesome. You're going to love it. Buff Country is going to be fucking awesome. And then we're going to go to Lincoln, and we're going to take that corn cob and stick it right up that mascot's ass. It's going to be 4 in a row. We're going to drive back to the land of opportunity and get the fuck out of Nebraska as fast as possible. It's win, get on the bus, and get the fuck out of here as fast as humanly possible before they start thinking that their sister is their mother, is their aunt, and it's all a big circle. The family tree in Nebraska is a line, and the N stands for knowledge. That's the end of the show. Have a good day. Run the fucking commercial, Bailey.
And we'll see y'all tomorrow. We got over 1,800 people in here. We had over 2,100 people.
2467, dog.
Okay, yeah, that's with all platforms. Unbelievable show, man. We'll be back tomorrow, the Loaded Show. Man, see y'all tomorrow. Matt, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, here's a closing thought. They should wall off Nebraska and send all the trash and like hardcore convicts there and put up cameras, and then we could do bets on like real world zombie apocalypse, and you could just do it in Nebraska, and you know what? Nobody would know the fucking difference.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, there you have it. As we close out here, go ahead and get a 6-0 body bag. Use code 0 to 60 for 2 for 1, 2 for 1 deal, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
whether it's offensive linemen as they work combos and double teams and also pass pro and punch. I think the unique physicality of this is outstanding. So much so that you can use it for your shield on punt team or as you rush in the shield. There's so many different ways that we're using it. We get better a little bit every single day, and I just wanted to say thank you because I hadn't ever thought of this, and when I saw it, it made total sense, and we're doing a great job with it. So thank you, man. Go Big Red. What this has done for us is it's allowed us to, because of the surface area, because of its firm nature, I can still strike against another player and have to use that punch just like you do on a sled. At the same time, have to time my punch because it could move. I can teach defensive linemen how to handle double teams because they can feel pressure. We can simulate contact in a safe environment in non-contact times because of this unique